Let's bring in former Assistant Treasury Secretary and host of the Monica Crowley podcast, Monica Crowley. The damage has been done. The numbers, 10 million illegals are probably here, and he's not going to deport one of them. And tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, 2 million under this plan, will still be coming into the United States. He's doing it for political reasons. Will the American people see through this horse manure?
I think absolutely. I think this is such a farce. He's trying to do a political sleight of hand. Look, if Joe Biden had a clear path to victory come November, he would not be doing this. The only reason he's doing any of this farcical kind of kabuki theater on illegal immigration and the border is because he is losing, and he is losing to President Trump quite dramatically. The top two issues are inflation, which, as you laid out, all of the massive spending that the federal government and the states are doing to support 10, 15 million. We have no idea how many actually have come in over the last 3 years to support all of these people with food, housing, education, medical care. That is also inflationary. So you've got inflation, you've got the wide open border, and this massive tsunami of illegal immigrants decimating every single community across America. This is the only reason he's pulling this trigger. But what it does actually is enshrine a steady influx of illegal immigration into the country. It does not solve it one bit. And for the last 3.5 years, guys, he has been telling us, oh, I can't do anything. My hands are tied. It's got to be Congress. We need comprehensive immigration reform. All of that was complete nonsense. President Trump essentially had illegal immigration solved. He had the border enforced through a whole range of very successful policies. All Joe Biden had to do was keep those policies in place. He refused to do it. He overturned it all. There has been an historic catastrophe at the border and throughout the country. And only now, with 5 months to go before the election, has he decided that he's going to try to sell this to the American people who are not going to buy it.
Monica, I think there's over 10 million people who've come into the country. And so you'd think the president would shut down the border as opposed to 2,500 a day, which is outrageous. But there's a carve out of that, which if you're an unaccompanied minor, you're going to get access to the country. The problem is Joe Biden's lost 80,000 plus unaccompanied minors. They have no idea where they're at. And so why we let more unaccompanied minors come in and let cartels use them as a traffic tool is unbelievable. He doesn't care about the kids.
No, he doesn't. Not at all. Obviously, this would be part of any kind of real deal if they wanted to protect the children and save them from sex trafficking and the drug cartels, et cetera. You use the 80,000 number. That's the official number. The number, of course, is much higher, just like the 10 million illegals. The official number, the actual number is much higher. The American people are sick and tired of having their country invaded. This is a criminal, illegal, alien invasion. And because they have had the problem solved just 3-4 years prior, they know what the country looks like with a president who's willing to enforce it, unlike this criminal who is allowing the country to be overrun.
Donald Trump leads on immigration, 18 points, 15 on the economy. That's why he did it. Not for any reason, not for the children. Shifting gears now to the economy. Joe Biden's got a bad habit of making promises he can't keep.
No one in America will pay a single penny more in federal taxes if they make less than $400,000 a year.
But here's the reality. An estimated 1.2 million more Americans are making $400,000 or more annually compared to the pre-pandemic. Some of that is just inflation. Now, thanks to Biden's inability to get inflation under control and his spending, the purchasing power of that salary has been slashed, and Biden's plan to let the Trump tax cuts expire will only make things worse. That's the issue. He won't stop spending. 10 million illegals. And people are going to wind up paying more taxes, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the federal government, and in particular the Democrats, but the Republicans, and Sean, you know this very well, having served in Congress, Republicans are also addicted to big government spending, and this is why we're at the point of $36 trillion in national debt. Joe Biden proposed a preposterous $7 trillion plus federal budget this year, okay? In that, he has proposed nearly $5 trillion in new taxes to burden the American people even more. He is saying that he's not going to raise taxes for people who make less than $400,000. That is a flat out lie, because he's proposing all of this new spending. How is he going to pay for it? And the people who get squeezed the most are not the wealthy who can afford really good accountants to get around these new tax laws, or the poor that pay relatively little or no federal income taxes. It is the middle class. The middle class is where all the actual money is, and they are coming for you.
They're coming for you. Monica Crowley, always good to see you. Thanks
Always
for
a
being with
pleasure,
us.
guys.
Thank you, Monica.